back here on the red carpet for the Minnesota Shorts Showcase. Another amazing film up next called Cat. And these two ladies have a huge part to do with this. So first I have next to me Ellie Drews and Rachel Weber. And so we're going to kick this one off. Ellie, I hope you can help tell the audience a little bit more about this film before we dive in deeper.
I don't know, I guess it's your classic kind of like underdog story, but it's when I wrote it in the thought of, words are hard, sorry.
Always, they really are. That's why we make movies.
I'm trying to be casual about it. What was the question?
Yeah, so just a little bit more about the film.
Synopsis.
Yeah.
Synopsis. Okay, yeah. So Kat is this young underground boxer who's trying to make it, just like survive her normal day-to-day life in her like mundane office job, but at night she's like a bare knuckle boxer, and she's, I don't want to give too much away, but she's, you know, surviving both worlds, and it's kind of what you give up for pride and what you help me out here.
I think it's actually really cool within the arts community, actually, because we all understand this dichotomy between like a survival job and a passion job, and where does our pride get in the way of doing the best we can, selling out, just like the balance of all of that. And we've put it in a setting that isn't as much about art. It's a little more theatrical, but it brings up all those same ideas. Yeah.
Which is exciting.
Nailed it.
Yeah, nailed it. You both did. Tag team. So it shows the teamwork on this film. But so for your film in general, I mean, there's exciting moments that happen, and maybe sometimes things on a set that you didn't expect. Was there anything like that happened in this film that you're like, wow, I'm glad that happened, that made the film better?
Yeah, well, kind of backstory on the choreography, like the fight choreography. That was Lee filling this, and he actually worked with Rachel and Anahita and Amanda, I guess, a week or two before, and kind of like got them in the mindset of like how that life and how those boxers would actually stand, how they would fight, how they would lose, how they would win, and just their mentality. So everything was pretty safe. I don't think we had any hiccups as far as like someone actually getting hit. No injury. We did.
Always good.
Yeah. We had to fake someone like falling down and actually, you know, like obviously like hits, but it was really about how to shoot it. It was really cool to me because I wrote this and I had no idea how I was gonna shoot it, because I'm like, how the heck do you make this look real? Yeah. And with Lee and the ladies, they really just like made it look really real. And sometimes I watch it and I'm like, how did she not get hit in the face? Like. So.
It was a cool learning curve for everybody and certain things, but also, besides the learning curve, it was the communication had to be on point, and it was. If I felt weird about something, I just literally grabbed my scene partner's hand and was like, we're stopping. And they were like, cool, let's reset. Let's do it again. Let's repeat it. Let's make sure everybody's safe. If she needed something again, if Lee said, no, don't do that. It was very open, which I think is what you need to have, period, for a successful movie, not just one including a lot of stunts. Yeah.
So something I also want to just mention is both of you ladies are just strong forces for women in the film industry. And so for you, I know especially Ellie, I've seen you grow so much in the last how many years, you know, just seeing how many cool things that you've been a part of. What was that like to take that into this film, something that you're really on a lot of different parts? You're writing it, you're, you know, shooting it as well. So.
Yeah. Well, first of all, because I wrote it and I knew I was shooting it and editing it, I asked Kirsty, the other part of the producer short films, to direct it, because I was like, I can't wear all these hats, my neck is going to snap. I've had this idea in my head of, I've watched so many short films that Rachel and Amanda have been in, and I really wanted to make a script and write these women into roles I've never seen them in before. Yeah. Amanda Day's a little different because she's been in some like action stuff. I know that you've been in some like emotionally trying stuff, and this kind of like hit everything. It was like emotionally stressful, and there's a lot of action, and I've never seen Anahita in anything like that before. I've never seen Rachel like that before, and I really wanted to kind of push those limits because I wanted to see how I can make that happen. And I don't know, I guess we really did make movie magic, so that's all I've ever wanted to do.
So being on the writing side, is that something now that you're like, ooh, what is that going to look like in the future? Are you going to do more of that?
No, I'm definitely more of an ideas person. I've had Jason Schumacher write my very first short film I've ever written called The Notification, which actually Josh was in that you just had. And I just know where my strengths are now, and I know that I've got great ideas. Dialogue is really hard for me. I think that it's really hard to make a natural conversation, especially with this one that didn't write on dialogue. But because it didn't write on dialogue, and because it's a 7-minute film, and because it's more action, everything that you say has to be intentional, and that's where I really found out where my strength was with dialogue. And my next one, I'll definitely have an idea and have someone else write it, but I'm really glad I had this experience. And Rachel and Amanda really killed it with I wrote a script, but they really took it and they asked me, they're like, well, really my character would say this in this situation. I was like, yes, do it, yes. Honestly, Kirsty and I barely had to direct you guys because you guys knew exactly what you were doing. So, yeah.
Well, that's something too. I mean, as an actress myself, I feel like when different people are willing to help kind of push a film that I've been in, what is that experience like for you to be able to see this film showing here tonight?
It's awesome. When they approached me with this character, first of all, it was so flattering that they were like, and we thought of you. And I was like, aw. But to have somebody sort of put in a script how you feel about yourself on the inside, even though you know that's not physically what you always are the first thing to portray in people's minds, was really cool because we all, we're actors. We know what typecasting is. You got to know your brand, all of this stuff. But it was really cool to see something on paper where I thought, well, I know I can play it, but now I actually have the opportunity to. And that was awesome. Back to communication. The fact that they were open to ideas from us, the fact that we could say anything without worrying about offending or stepping on someone's precious project or hurting the baby or whatever, and just saying, hey, what if, can we try it? They were so down. It was awesome. It felt very collaborative, which I love. Yeah, it was great.
Thank you. It's good feedback for me.
5 out of 5 would recommend.
Well, you guys, this has been so fun talking with you on the red carpet. Like I said, I've seen great work from Rachel on the screen. I've had the pleasure of working with Ellie. Both these ladies are great, so check out their film. This is fun. Thanks, you guys, for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. More Filmmakers up next.